The demise of a 34-year-old Bengaluru techie by suicide. What is the cause and reason, and why has this sparked so much debate and discussion with respect to the anti-dowry law, which is the 498A section of the earlier Indian Penal Code? There's a lot that needs to be unpacked with respect to this case. Atul Subhash, a 34-year-old man, in an 80-minute long video has noted down in detail why did he, take this step of dying by suicide and taking his own life. And the claims that he has made are with respect to mental and physical harassment that he was put forth and that he was tortured by his wife. His wife, they both married in 2019 and then they had a son as well, but they parted their ways after that. And ever since the divorce, what Atul Subhash, narrates in his video before taking his own life is that he was put on to immense financial pressure by his now ex-wife, and that she was also demanding from him a lot of money. He was anyway paying 2 lakh rupees per month. This is what he says in his video, for the maintenance of his son and to meet his son every single time. What Atul Subhash said, his wife also asked for more money with every meet. So with every meet as well, Atul Subhash claims that he had to shell out more money. And when, of course, the divorce case was taken up to the court and more money was being spent, what Atul Subhash said is that a 3 crore settlement was put forth by his wife and his wife's family as well. So what he jots down even in a 24-page letter is that this is not just the doing of his wife, but also the wife's family members are also involved in this mental harassment. It's not just draining of money that was being done, but also what Atul Subhash felt that his son was being used at this point as a prop to get more money out of him. Now these of course raise major concerns about the anti-dowry laws, which is something that legal experts and senior advocates have also raised questions about at this point. This law is supposed to, protect women from cruelty from husbands and the husbands' families and the in-laws in a matrimonial arrangement. And with respect to this, it also delivers all sort of protection to women. But the real question at this point is this law being misused by women to make such false claims and allegations on men to extract more money out of them? This is a major question at this point. And this case wherein this man took his own life, what he also says is that he was also being put through a lot of other cases were filed on him, false cases were filed on him of domestic abuse as well. So this does bring into purview misuse of law and also how a lot of genuine cases are pending in court as well. But Atul Subhash doesn't just raise questions on his ex-wife and their family, but also on the judiciary as well. He says that he felt that the judiciary meted out unfair treatment to him because he's a man, and also that the judge did not take him seriously. He also mentioned that he had to go to the court in Uttar Pradesh 40 times because the case was lodged there and there itself only, and he felt that the judge was also being insensitive towards him. This also brings into purview questions on the judicial mechanism as well, as to how does it interpret such laws and how does it cater to such cases as well. What legal experts raise questions at this point is whether amendments should be made onto 498A or not, and these the suggestions that have come from legal experts are with respect to making this law gender neutral, making it a bailable case, and other suggestions as well, in that it should not involve any sort of gender as well. Some legal experts also suggest that there should be a uniform divorce court wherein only such divorce and family matters are taken up. But this case of this 34-year-old man in Bengaluru taking his life because he felt that he was only being used as a conduit for financial gains of his ex-wife under the garb of maintenance for both of their sons. With camera person Manoj Thakur, this is Tanushka Datta for NDTV.